Hello, everybody, and today Sylvana's husband has come back. Well, he came back 3 weeks ago, but as some of you may remember, he's the one that ranked every Uber from worst to best in Battle Cats, and it was probably one of the worst tier lists I've ever made. And now he's a fan of me. He's appeared in my Twitch chat and he's appeared in my comment section. And he's a fan of me, even though I absolutely shat on his previous tier list. But we'll see if he is still just as bad, if not worse, at ranking Ubers. We'll see.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be ranking every seasonal Uber from worst to best in Battle Cats.
There's a
And
lot
it
of
was
bad
actually
ones, though.
very difficult to rank them because they all have different purposes. And remember that this is my personal opinion. You will most
Yes,
likely
sir.
think differently, and that's okay. Also, I
I
will
hope
not
I do,
include
actually.
talents.
We're not including
At number
talents? Okay.
40, the worst seasonal Uber is Summer Luga. It has low HP, DPS, movement speed, and attack speed. The range is good.
The low DPS is actually not that low whenever you factor in the surge, so hopefully he specifies a little more about that.
But the range doesn't bring much value when there is nothing to do with the range. All
Well, damage over time with a lot of range can be good. That's how Cyberpunk started off good, and same with like things like the Nikalugas. They have a lot of range, and that's their main value. So
that it does is a surge attack and nothing else. Next on the list is First Love Mercia. She has pretty much every single stat increased apart from range. And she also has a 100% chance to create a wave attack and 30% chance to dodge red and floating. But dodge isn't very good in my opinion. Moving on to
Dodge relies a lot on RNG, but he's also not. He's not talking a lot about the units. Like, I understand it's meant to be a short video, so I do understand that. But remember, the wave is only on the second attack, and that's why she's not great. If the guaranteed wave was on her first attack or on both attacks, then she would be perfectly fine. She would be great. Maybe not great, but she would be fine, right? Because her damage would actually be really good and consistent. But since it's on her second attack, that's why she's not very good at all.
dodge red and floating.
Normal Mercia has the same problem.
But dodge isn't very good in my opinion. Moving on to Frozen Rose Cat, it has pretty similar stats, however she
I
has
don't know anything about her, but freezing zombies and having zombie killers seems like it would be fine.
a 75% chance to freeze zombies, which might be the worst trait.
I'm sorry. The worst trait? Zombies is the worst trait to target? Excuse me? Freezing zombies is great. What do you mean? Wait. Now I'm sorry for the ads, by the way. My ad blocker is not working. I need to. What's her name?
Shouldn't be a
What's her name?
chance to freeze zombies. It has pretty similar good in my opinion. Moving on to Frozen Rose Cat, if she
Frozen Rose. Frozen Rose Cat. Because hold up, let me look at this. Cheap cost, only 3,300. Short recharge time, good uptime with the freeze, zombie killer, 4,000 DPS, not great. Like, the only bad thing is general damage and survivability. Those are the only two bad things. But 425 range out ranges pretty much every major zombie in the game, while having a really good chance to freeze and a really good length of freeze. How is this F tier? How is this F tier?
would have been good against.
Also, there's no music. You have no music. I'm gonna bring my own music into this. I'm gonna have some of my own music in the background. Only a little bit. Only quietly though.
Any other trait instead. Entering E tier with Floral Kalisa and
Okay, so zombie being the worst trait gives whatever.
is actually pretty decent against
I don't get how zombie is the worst trait, but whatever.
zombies with massive damage against them and fast movement speed, but yet again, it's against the worst trait.
I don't, bro. I know I've said that zombies are largely power cracked by things like Shigong and Housewife, but that doesn't mean that they're the worst trait because Reds are far more they're far more power crept. Same with Angels, Aliens, and honestly even Metals. So like There's way worse traits to be targeting than zombies.
And I know it's good to have anti-zombies, but it's not as good as having other things. Then
I'd say having an anti-zombie is better than having an anti-red and an anti-angel and an anti-black, honestly. Black's not that hard of a trait either.
we have Winter General Kaime with a 50% chance to slow red and floating and 25% chance to deliver a savage blow with surge attacks. Next,
He's not giving good descriptions. What's your name? What's her name? I don't know her name. I don't know a lot about these seasonal ones. Kahime. War God Kahime, Winter Commander Kahime. Let's look at it. I don't know a lot about these ones, but so she's expensive, she's got good range. The surge is guaranteed, so that's 7k. How is this bad? How is this bad? That seems really good. 7k effective DPS thanks to the surge. Obviously, it's inconsistent, but having the Savage Blow on top of that increases... Her effective DPS is 10,000 at level 30. How is that bad with this survivability? Like, you're not using her for slow against red and floating. You're using her for damage at that point. And, like, that putting that in E tier, I don't know about that, man.
KG Klaus, which is a
this one's fair.
Doesn't tank and
this one's very fair.
100% at 50.
So I keep talking over him. I'm sorry. It's piss KG. What do you expect?
I guess that's alright, but not too great. The thing is that it's good against Red and Aku, which isn't the best traits, but I can throw up a list of how I rank the traits.
You put zombie under red? Okay, first of all, red should be all the way at the bottom, and second of all, zombie should be above metal or angel. And why is black so high up? I understand, why is black and alien so high up? What? Okay, okay, buddy. Whatever.
From one tank to another, we have Seashore Kai, and she has pretty much every...
She does so good at her job, though. She's such a good anti-zombie tank. Whatever.
Better, except range, which I
feel like I'm gonna largely disagree with just his tier list of, or his ranking of the traits themselves, not necessarily the Ubers.
And she's resistant to black and zombies. In my opinion, tanks aren't that good. They can be good in certain scenarios, but there isn't a lot of scenarios when you need them, cause...
In zombies, there actually kind of is. Because they can, like, hold up the front line while your meat shields are getting held up in the back. So if anything, having an anti-zombie tank is actually the best kind of tank you can possibly have. Because they can survive at the front while your meat shields are being stopped in the back. So, like... I don't know what you're talking about.
Meat shields pretty much does their job. Then we have...
What? Burrowing, bruh. But whatever.
Coastal Explorer Kanna, and she can be pretty good, but she's very unreliable.
How is floating an alien so high up on your ranking, and yet Kanna, a really good DPS dealer against floating an alien, only in 33?
She has multi-hit, and her hits are very random, and...
I don't know what you mean by random. They all produce very consistent outcomes. I mean, sure, the multi-hits are split throughout ranges, but that gives you snipe ability. I don't know about that, man.
I wouldn't say that she's necessarily bad.
She's good.
Springtime Kenshin, which is fairly similar with more general DPS and more DPS against...
Now this one I kind of understand because she's like underwhelming, and tell me why her true form costs a gold seed. That's not worth it.
Its specific trait, which is angels. It also has 100% chance to knock them back, plus she's way more reliable than Kanna.
Kanna doesn't even target angels. Why are you comparing them? They have completely different roles. You're comparing apples to fucking wood. Like, what? They have nothing to do with each other.
And then we have Wave Rider Ku, which arguably is worse than Kenshin, because all of her...
Not even that. This one actually targets floating, and Kanna does a way better job against floating than Ku. And if zombies don't matter, then why is she above Kanna? Like, I just don't understand.
Worse, but she's strong against...
I've used Ku and I've used Kanna. They both do great at their jobs. But I've mainly used Ku against zombies, and I've mainly used Kanna against floating and aliens. And I can tell you one thing. Floating and aliens don't stand a chance against Seabreeze Kanna, at least up until later on in the game.
against 2 traits,
But at that point, just level her up, you know what I mean?
floating and zombies, and one of them are really good, floating. And the same goes for Santaku, which is the exact same but against alien and angels. Cake Machine, he has
You know, I don't think people notice this, but Seabreeze coup, or whatever, the Summer coup actually has a different force swing. It's actually a much shorter force. Is it a shorter force swing or a shorter TBA? I think it's actually a shorter both. I think they're both shorter. So, like, she's not as inconsistent as other coups, which is why I would put Summer coup above Santa coup.
has more HP and
Just saying.
DPS than Seashore Kai, but he's resistant to Angel's Naku, and he has a 50% chance to weaken them, plus a 75% chance to pierce shields. Moving on to Pumpkin Sodom, 75% chance to knock back Metal, resistant to them, and Metal Killer.
Now, this one I can agree with.
Metal, but pretty much
his long ass TBA is the reason why he won't be that great.
Only to Metal, and Metal isn't a very important trait.
I don't know. Okay, it's not necessary. Okay, the way you rank traits shouldn't be about how important they are. It should be about how handleable they are without Ubers, right? It should be about how well can you deal with them without Ubers. That's how you should be thinking of the traits, not how much of them are there. You know what I mean?
Entering D tier with Spooky Thundia, and she deals a lot of damage to black enemies.
Which black, by the way, isn't much of a threat, but whatever.
That's pretty much it, but she does it very well. And
Sure.
Windy is pretty much the exact same, but against Alien instead, and she also has...
You're not looking very closely at them.
Has a tiny bit longer range, so that's why she's above Thundia. Tropical Kalisa, I can already feel...
You target okay, you're telling me the thing that targets red is above the others? Yeah, okay, buddy.
Hatred flooding through the comment section, and I haven't even said anything yet. Tropical Kalisa is good, really good, against the arguably worst trait.
Arguably worst trait? Then why the hell is zombies under it for you, buddy?
Music Fest Thundia, she's similar but against angels, and she also...
Okay, I'm just, if all of these Ubers are in D tier, then what the hell is in B tier? Because I don't think this goes into A tier, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't go into A tier. So what the hell is in B tier?
Also freezes them.
What seasonals are better than some of these? Like the first two I understand being this low, but Tropical Kalisa and that Thundia actually looks really good. I've looked at her stats. She looks way better than base Thundia against Angels, which is also a better trait. And I say base Thundia, I mean non-true form normal Thundia. So like for seasonal Uber, she's actually really good. I don't get what this is.
5 is pretty much the exact same thing, but
no, none of. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you something. Go back to telling me them. These two are comparable. This one adds freeze onto it, and this one target is actually really good, while also not being a nuker. These two are nukers. This one is still a nuker, but it actually adds more to the the base of Thundia than this one does. So this one is actually way better, especially since it targets angels instead of blacks. Blacks are not a threat, angels are actually somewhat threatening. Tropical Kalisa just destroys almost any reds in early game, and honestly, almost any reds that you find, because Tropical Kalisa just does that much damage to reds. Like, I truly do wonder what he ranks above them.
But to different traits, so they're kinda equally as good, depending on what you want to counter.
No, because this Thundia also has a pretty decent freeze, while also having much better stats. Look at their stats. If you compare the stats, then you'll know that there is a big difference between this Thundia and the other one.
Then we have Love Struck Lesser Demon, and
how the hell is he above them? Like what? Nobody uses him.
Any talents. The original Lesser Demon Cat without any talents isn't the best, and this is even worse. However, he also has a 30% chance to knock back free
with single targeting.
Slow and weaken trade.
He's not even good at crowd controlling because he only has single targeting. What are you?
But with a single attack. Next up is.
How is he above the others? I don't understand.
And she has better HB.
How is she only in D? She has a true form and her stats are really good. She's a good tank, especially against angels and aliens. And considering you have aliens so high up in your list, I don't get why she's only in D. Oh, I understand. It's because he just doesn't like tanks, right? That's right. That's right. He just doesn't like tanks. You know, every tank might as well just be F tier at this point. Like, bruh,
DPS, attack speed,
Gravelodon might as well be F or D tier. You know,
and
like
movement speed than Cake Machine. Plus, she's resistant to Angel and Alien instead of Angel and Aku. She's also faster
Aku is better than Alien to tank, but whatever.
than Seashore Kai and the original Kai.
It's mainly her movement speed that makes her better than Cat Machine. You know, because the Wedding Cake Cat Machine, that one's just really slow, and he's not that great of a tank on his own. This not this Kai. The Summer Kai, no, not sorry. Winter Kai actually has really good HP, really good speed, and you know, better damage, I think. Way better damage.
Reindeer Terran, pretty decent range, strong against Black and Alien, and 100% chance to knock them back. Blooming
The knockback is weird
Kamakura,
on that
50%
one.
chance to knock back and slow Metal and Aku with a pretty long range. And then we have
He's just talking about like their niche. He's not talking about their actual stats. So this does confuse me a little bit as to how he's ranking them all like this.
no Angel.
Because you're telling me that you're putting Tarun below this guy and her. I understand that these both have their usage, but Tarun has strong against like this. Tarun is actually really good at what she does, which is pushing and dealing damage against aliens and blacks. So I just don't understand how Kamakura, who does a piss poor job against his traits, and floating an angel almost melee, like this Twin Stars is good, so I understand that, but this Kamakura, I don't know about that.
Twin Stars that has
Maybe I'm just a D1 Kamakura hater. I don't know.
way more DPS than Spooky Thundia and deals massive damage.
Why the fuck are you comparing her to Thundia? Spooky Thundia targets black. This one targets floating an angel, and they're not even a nuker. They're a rapid fire attacker. Why? What are these comparisons?
2 traits instead of 1, floating an angel. Moving on to Betrothed Balaluga with an insanely long range that freezes all enemies, but
Notice how that freeze didn't actually do shit there?
only for about 2 seconds, and it takes 10 seconds for him to attack, so it's not
Oh, hey, we're talking about stats for once. Thank you for finally talking about stats. Yeah, Betrothed Balaluga deserves F tier, not D.
as good as it sounds, but still good. It also has Omni Strike for some reason. I thought I would
It's only a negative Omni Strike.
include that because it's kind of funny. Then we have Bunny and Canard, and he has just a little bit less DPS than Lovestruck Lesser Demon, but he
Considering Lovestruck Lesser Demon is literally a melee unit with single targeting, I'd say that's actually a compliment. And not to mention, why are you using his first form? He targets Aku with Surge immunity. Why are you not talking about that? Ah, shit, why did that appear? Whatever.
has area attack. However, he only attacks 2 traits at a time. First form red and black.
Oh, right, he doesn't put he puts Aku below Black, Alien, and Relic? And floating? What? I understand traitless being at the top, but you're putting Aku way too far down. Akus are actually a threat without Ubers. And so, like, you know, having a good anti-Aku Uber, hence Bunny and Canard, would actually be very helpful.
Second form red and zombie, and third form red and Aku. But other than Lesser Demon,
Wow, what a stage to use them on.
has
Interesting.
the most amount of DPS out of everyone in the entire list. Squirt Gun Saki, she is similar but with longer range.
What are these stages you're using them on? Also, Squirgun Saki has a really good true form. Maybe you should look at it.
Half of the DPS, which is still more than pretty much everyone else on the list. Her effective range is 500 to 900. First form attacks only
But what about her standing range?
floating and black. Second form attack
Thanks for telling me.
only floating an angel. Same as the third form, but it gains the strong ability in the third form too, which means more DPS.
Which is really good.
And then we have Sweet
How are we still in D tier? Okay, hold up. Pause. Why the hell is an Aphrodite variant only in D tier? I think what needs to happen is I'm not super against like the ordering of the ranking per se. I'm more so against that we're considering these guys D and F tier. Wait, was there an E tier? Yeah, we're considering. So what we need to do is we need to just get rid of F and E tier. So put what was in F tier in D tier, put what was in E tier in C tier, and put what was in D tier in B tier, and then move these up as well. That's what you need to do in order for this to actually be a good tier list.
Aphrodite, and she's a long-range damage dealer, which can be useful in a
Why are you using her in an alien stage? Like, what are these clips?
lot of different stages. But the original Aphrodite is superior in every single way, but if
Well, yeah, they're seasonal Ubers for a reason.
that's all you got, then it will somewhat work. Next
Yeah, but she also targets red and black instead of just alien. So, like, she has 2 additional targets.
up is Seabreeze Copper Mine. She has a 50% chance to
How the hell is a Coppermine variant above Aphrodite variant? What the hell?
freeze red, black, and metal for about 4 seconds. And the same goes for Holy Copper Mine, but she freezes Angel and Alien for
How the
5
hell is this
seconds.
Coppermine above the other one? I mean, I guess I understand it, but
Lilith Cat
I don't understand how either of them are this high up.
has better HP, range, attack speed, and
How the hell is this Lilith so high up? Meanwhile, the other one was so far down. This Lilith is not that great because it's an anti-Aku without shield piercing. Like, what do you mean, bruh? It's not very good.
movement speed, and she has a
Against angels, it's fine, though.
75% chance to freeze Angel and Aku for 4 seconds.
Yeah, where was that explanation for the zombie one, huh?
Entering C tier with White Butler Wiggler, his first form has a 50% chance to freeze red and
I don't know
Aku
much
for
about this guy, so I can't really say anything about him.
5 seconds, and 50% chance to pierce shields with wave attacks.
Having a 50% chance to pierce shields with a wave definitely means he should at least be B. Because I don't care how inconsistent his attacks are, piercing shields with a wave is really good.
And his second form is the same but freezes black and Aku instead. The Dark Hero variants are
He's also immune to Surge, so like I don't get why he's so low.
pretty much
Or I don't get why he's on C tier at least.
going to be high by default, because they're basically multiple cats in one. Moving on to Kronos the Bride with a 50% chance to slow, weaken, and curse trade.
I've used Kronos the Bride before. She's not great. She's not that great. Like she's actually kind of mid as fuck. Cause her only statuses are weaken and slow. Those are the only 2 that really matter. Her curse it's not consistent enough to really matter. Same with her weaken, so her slow is the only thing that can do anything, and it's also inconsistent, because that's the definition of RNG based unit. And then her mini wave, it would be great if it was guaranteed once per attack cycle, but it's not guaranteed at all. It's only like a 20% chance on any attack. So like you're not actually getting much out of it. And so like she's just the definition of inconsistent.
Enemies for 1.5 seconds and 20% chance to create a mini wave. She is surprisingly good, however, she's
Surprisingly good, my ass. I've used her. She's not that great, especially since her stats are kind of lackluster.
a little unreliable since the
A
debuffs
little.
aren't guaranteed, but she's still good, although the original Kronos is superior.
Well, yeah.
Satoru, 100% chance to freeze traitless for 5 seconds.
Nice freeze. But yeah, that's slow. He meant slow. If it was freeze, then it would be way better. But he has a 100% chance to slow traitless with LD and immune to wave. I actually find this good, except he can really be pushed hard by traitless. There's a reason why Shadow Gal is really good. It's because he can, kill things quickly without them being able to push well. You really need to defend Satoru well, because most of the threatening traitless enemies, they push really well. And so, there's better ways to deal with them than having somebody with a huge blind spot. But he is still good. I do understand him being this high up. I do understand it. But there's so many other seasonal Ubers that we've already seen lower that should definitely be better. That should definitely be higher.
Really good effective range and trigger range. Simple.
Yeah, but he's literally, look at this. He's literally missing everything.
Next up is Night Beach Lillian, and she's strong against traits.
Really? I mean, I understand it. I understand this one.
Which are very important traits, and she deals a lot of damage to them, and she can also dodge their attacks with a 20% chance. Plus, she also breaks barriers, which is helpful.
Can break barriers. I don't think it's guaranteed. If it is guaranteed, then No, it is guaranteed, isn't it? Whatever. She is really cool, though. I haven't used her enough, but she is really cool.
Kaguya of the Coast, 100% chance to slow Black Alien and Aku for about 4 seconds, with a 50% chance to pierce shields. She also has alright range, not too great, but not...
Anything higher than 400 should be classified as, at the very least, good. And I'm fairly certain she has like 440, so I don't know what you mean by alright, but whatever.
bad at all. Entering B tier with Skull Rider.
Really, an anti-zombie in B tier? The hell happened to zombie being F tier?
He has
Lord.
a 100% chance to knock back and slow alien and zombies for 5 seconds. And
I still don't get how aliens are so high up. They are not a threat. You just need to do Into the Future treasures. Or just have Surfer or something. Like, aliens don't deserve to be so high up.
His attack speed is almost 5 seconds as well, so he almost perma-slows them, plus he has a 50% chance to break barriers. Before we go into the top 5, I just want to give you a friendly reminder that there's a subscribe button under the video, and if you
subscribe to him.
It instantly makes me happy.
Subscribe to him and subscribe to me. Smile.
What kind of technology we have today. You can simply press a button to make someone happy. Like, it's crazy. Yuletide Nurse.
Did I never subscribe to him before? Whatever.
Slow, Angel, Alien, and Aku for
how the fuck is she this high up? How the fuck is Nurse this high up?
Next up is Count Yukimura.
How is he not higher? What?
Might even be better than the original Yukimura.
No. Because this guy doesn't have the strength and talents. So no. He also has worse stats, but he is still really good.
He has almost the same DPS, he's faster than the original, and he deals massive damage against floating, which might even be better than the original. Plus, he survives a lethal strike, which means that he gets one more try than the original Yukimura.
You know, he is arguable for Yukimura, but base Yukimura having the strength and talent gives him the edge for generalist viability. That I think makes him just better.
Sweet Love Mekaku. First
I'm
form,
sorry?
50% chance to freeze traitless for 4 seconds. Second form, same but to black. Third form, same but to relics.
So she's only good for traitless and relic. But let me guess, you're only putting her this high because of the traitless rather than the relic, even though her usage against the relic is arguably better than her usage against traitless.
The Amazing Catman.
Oh wait, he doesn't even explain his reasoning. Okay, cool.
He might also be better than his original.
He targets red and floating, brother.
He has better DPS, attack speed, and movement speed. His first form deals massive damage against red and floating. His second form deals massive damage to red and angel. He's also immune to wave attacks, which isn't that big, but the original Catman doesn't do that. At the first place,
that's because it's really not necessary on somebody that's an anti-alien and relic, neither of which have many waves. The only aliens with wave are the toucan that rarely appears and the pig that is not a threat.
Very best seasonal Uber, in my opinion, is Midsummer Rabbit.
How the fuck?
Her first form has 100% chance.
Wait, was this recorded before she even got a true form, by the way? Let's see.
Freeze Black and Angel. Her second form is strong against Black and Angel.
It has to include her true form.
And her third form is...
Yeah, okay. So he actually doesn't have footage of it because he probably recorded it before the true form came out. But then he had to change some things whenever the true form came out.
Strong against Black and Angel, and 100% chance to knock back and slow Black and Angel.
She is good against Black and Angel. But unfortunately, those two traits don't really matter that much, so I do not get why she's number 1.
To wave attacks.
I mean, Angels aren't that power-crept, but like they are more power-crept than things like Relic and Aku, you know what I mean? Like, so is Black. Black is by far one of the easiest traits in the game. Like, it's honestly on the same level as Metal. And honestly, it's definitely easier than Zombies. You know? Or honestly, Metals are kind of hard to counter. Sometimes it kind of just depends on where you're at in the game. So I'll kind of stop talking about metals, but blacks are only slightly harder than reds to counter. They're not a threat. I don't get how you put them above Relic and Aku. I don't understand.
and all her forms have good range and good DPS. That's it
She only has slightly more range than the moon, the summer Kaguya. The fuck?
for this video, and if you liked
Wait. Let me look at something. So Kaguya of the coast, right? Has 440 range. And what's this one's name?
her fit, very best seasonal Uber, in my opinion, is Midsummer Rabbit.
Midsummer Rabbit. Midsummer Rabbit. I'm not a big fan of double standards, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's only 25 more range. How the hell are you going to criticize for not having great range, and then something only has 25 more range, and then say it has great range all around? I don't understand that. Like I don't understand that. But yeah, I disagree with a lot of this. The main thing I disagree with, I have two things I mainly disagree with. One, the traits. You're seriously telling me this is how you rank your traits? Yeah, maybe rethink it a little bit after you play the game for another year. Also, no offense to this guy. This guy's actually really cool. He's a cool guy. I mean no hate by this. This is just content. And then the second thing I disagree with is that you limited it at B tier. Count Ukamura is enough proof and evidence to say that we should be going all the way to A or even S tier with these guys. These guys do deserve the recognition of having an A or S tier. And I don't agree with having F tier and E tier. First of all, E tier is never actually used in things. And second of all, no Uber is actually useless. All of them have some sort of usage where they're good. And so F tier and E tier should not be here. I think it should be only D tier up to A or S tier. So like drop the first two tiers and add A and S, and that is more agreeable to me. And just move everything up two tiers. Because I don't agree with, the placement of, some like Squirt Gun Saki in D tier. Her damage is actually really good for her range with her strong against. I just don't agree with all, and Summer Coup and E, like I don't agree with it. Like there's so many good Ubers and all the way back in E, D, and even F tier. Maybe not F tier, because F tier consists of, I mean her. This is the only one I would say is not, dessert. Like these two are pretty bad, right? Like these two are pretty bad, but they still have their usage. You know what I mean? Lilith should definitely be higher in my opinion, or Winter Rose, I guess. Like there's so many overlooks, and the main thing it comes down to is the traits, right? The value of traits. But anyways, yeah, give him support, give him love, watch the video on your own to give him watch time or something, or at least like it and stuff, comment on it, whatever. But if you did enjoy, please do come back for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.